learn in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very nearby. He was not 3 leagues off when I left.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
Few of any sort, and none obtained.
A victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor in a young Florentine called Claudio.
Oh, and much deserved on his part. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing the figure of a lamb, sheep, feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Senor Mancanto returned from the wars, or no?
I know none of that new lady.
What is he?
None such in the army of any sort.
What is he you asked for?
My cousin meets Signor Benedick of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as he ever was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? How many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Sometimes Senor Benedict too much.
He hath done good service in these wars.
He is a very valiant trencherman. He hath an excellent stomach.
You must.
And a good soldier too, lady.
A good soldier to a lady, but what does he do, Lord?
Lord to a lord, man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less stuffed a man, but for the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not say a mistake, my niece. There's a kind of merry war betwixt Senor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. At our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed by one. Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
He is in the company of the right and noble Claudio.
Oh Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He's sooner caught than a pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio, if he have caught the Benedick.
Don Pedro is approached.
Let's go! Everybody! Good Senor Leonardo, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it. Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace. When you depart from me, sorrow abides, and happiness takes its leave. You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter? Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked?
Senor Benedict, no.
I wonder that you will be talking, Senor Benedick. Nobody marks to you.
What, my dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such meat food to feed it as Senor Benedick?
But it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. I thank God in my cold blood I am of good humor for that. I would rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
So some man or other shall escape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and for such a face as yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue in so good a continuer. But keep your way. In God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
Senor Claudio, Senor Benedick, my dear friend Leonardo hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at the least a month, but he hardly prays some occasion may detain us longer.
Oh, you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty. I thank you. I'm not a man of many words, but I thank you. Please, your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo, we will go together.
Didst thou know the daughter of Senor Leonardo?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
She not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do for my simple, true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why, the faith methinks she is too low for high praise, too brown for fair praise, and too little for a great praise. And being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I'm in sport. I pray thee tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into.
In mine eye she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There is her cousin, and she were not possessed with a fury exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you? It's come to this. Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to, I faith, and thou will needs thrust thy neck into a yoke. Look, Don Pedro is returned to seek you. What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonato's? I would your grace would constrain me to tell. I charge thee on thy allegiance. You hear, mark you this, Count Claudio, on my allegiance. He is in love. With who? Now that's your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Leonato. With Hero, Leonato's short daughter. Amen, if you love her. For the lady is very well worthy. By my troth, I speak my thought. And by my 2 troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know. That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will dine it at the stake. I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love. With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love. Well, if ever thou dost fall from that faith, thou wilt prove a notable argument. If I do, hang me in a bottle like a cat and shoot at me. And in such great letters as I write, here is a good horse to hire. Let them signify under my sign. Here you may see Benedick, the married man. And so, I leave you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach.
Hath Leonato any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord. When you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye. That liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I'm returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant in their rooms come thronging, soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying, I liked her ere I went to wars.
If thou dost love, fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her.
How sweetly you do minister to love!
'Tis once thou lovest, and I will fit thee with the remedy. I know we shall have revelling tonight, for Leonato hath made great preparation. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero that I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her herein prisoner, with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. And then to her father will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently. How now, brother?
Brother, I can tell you strange news that you yet dreamt of.
Are they good?
The Prince and Count Claudio, walking in mine orchard, were thus overheard by a man of mine. The Prince discovered to Claudio that he loved my niece, your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it this night in advance.
Hath the fellow any wit that told you this?
A good sharp fellow. I'll send for him, and you can question him yourself.
No. We'll hold it as a dream until it appear itself. But I will acquaint my daughter withal, so that she be better prepared for an answer, if peradventure this be true. Go you and tell her of it.
What's a good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jests.
Yea, but you late stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you newly into his grace.
I would rather be a canker in a hedge that arose at his grace. And this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied that I am a plain-dealing villain. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am. Seek not to alter me.
You make no use of your discontent.
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? What news, Baraccio?
I come yonder from a great supper. Your brother, the prince, is royally entertained by Leonato, and I have intelligence of an intended marriage.
Would serve for any model to build mischief on? What is he for a fool that betroths himself to unquietness?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who, the most exquisite Claudio?
Even he,
A proper squire. And who? Which way looks he?
Mary Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonato.
How came you to this?
Behind a tree in my lord's orchard, I heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and, having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. The young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. I can cross him any way. It'll bless me every way. You both are sure you will assist me?
To the death, my lord.
And let us to the great supper.
Did not Count John here at supper? I saw him nod.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I can never see him, but I am heartburned an hour after.
He's of a very melancholy disposition.
You were an excellent man that grew just midway between him and Benedick. One is too like an image and says nothing, and the other is too like my lady's eldest son, never more tattling.
Then half Count John's, Senior Benedick's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Senior Benedick's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, and money enough in his purse, such a man would win any woman in the world before he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy
And faith, she is too cursed.
Too cursed is more than cursed. If God sent me no husband, which blessing I laugh upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face.
You wait right on a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him.
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, Faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, Father, as it please you. But yet for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, Father, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering, brother. Make good room. Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you look sweetly and walk softly and say nothing. I'm yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I may say so when I please.
And when please you to say so?
When I like your favorite.
Speak low if you speak of love. Let's go get a drink, come on.
You are Senor Antonio.
At a word, I am not.
I know you by the waggling of your head.
To tell you true, I counterfeit him.
You can never do the man so ill well, unless you were the very man. Look at his hands, up and down. You are he. You are he.
Just relax, this is a party. We've got fun.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
Not now.
Nor will you tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful and that I had my good wit out of 100 merry tales. This was Senor Benedick that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me. I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. Only in devising impossible slanders, for he only pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. We must follow the leaders.
And that is Count Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedick?
You know me well. I'm he.
Signor, you're very near my brother in his love. He's enamored of Hero. I pray you dissuade him from her, for she is no equal for his birth. He made you the part of an honest man in it.
How know you he loved her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too. And he said he would marry her tonight.
Come, tonight, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedick, but hear these ill news in the ears of Claudio. Oh, 'tis certain so. The prince woos for himself. Oh, friendship is constant in all other things save in the office and affairs of love. Therefore all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself and trust no agent. Farewell, therefore, hero.
But that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince is fool. I'll be revenged as I may.
My lord, the Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you. Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was duller than a great thaw, huddling jest upon jest with such impossible convoyance upon me, that I stood, like a man at a mark with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks pine darts and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there were no living near her. She would have stepped to the North Star. Come, talk on of her. Look, here she comes. Will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to the antipodes you can devise to send me on. I'll prevent you a two-finger now from the furthest intimates, rather than hold three words conference with this heartbeat. You have no employment for me? None, but to desire your good.
is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady's tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedick.
Indeed, he lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it, a double heart for his single. Mary, once before he won it of me with false dice. Therefore your grace may well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would, if not he should me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
Well, how then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad nor sick nor merry nor well, but civil as an orange and something of that jealous complexion.
In faith, lady, I believe your blazon to be true. Though I'll be sworn, if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I have broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained.
Count, take of me my daughter and with her my fortunes. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. Lady, if you are mine, I am yours.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss and let him speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Good Lord for alliance. Thus goes everyone to the world, but I am sunburnt, I must sit in the corner and cry hi-ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I would rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you?
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord, unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace, pardon me, I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Niece, will you look to those things I told you of?
I cry you mercy, uncle. By your grace's pardon. Cousins, I give you joy.
By my troth, the pleasant-spirited lady. Yet she cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedick.
Oh, Lord, my lord, if they were but a week married, they'd talk themselves mad.
County Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Not till Monday, my dear son, which his parents are just spent a night to sing. Too brief, too.
I warrant thee, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. In the interim, I will undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring the Lady Beatrice and Signor Benedick into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. If but you three will but minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it will cost me 10 nights' watching. Conduct, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedick is not the unhopeless husband that I know. Thus far can I praise him. He is of a noble strain, approved valor, and confirmed honesty. I will teach you how to humor your cousin, so that she shall fall in love with Benedick. And I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedick that, in despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me, and I'll tell you my drift.
Claudio to marry the daughter of Leonardo.
Yea, my lord.
But I can cross any bar, any cross, any impediment medicinable to me. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship a year since how much I am in the favor of Margaret.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that, to be the death of this marriage?
The poison of that lies in you to temper. Go you to the prince your brother, spare not to tell him that he hath wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation do you mightily hold up to a contaminated stale, such a one as Hero. What proof shall I make of this? Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero, and kill Leonardo. Look you for any other issue? Only to despite them I will endeavor anything. Go then. Find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro and the Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me, that you have discovered thus. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window. Hear me call Margaret Hero, hear Margaret term me Claudio, and bring them to see this the very night before the intended wedding. For in the meantime I will so fashion the matter that Hero shall be absent, and there shall appear such seeming truth of Hero's disloyalty that jealousy shall be called assurance, and the preparation overthrown. Grab this to what adverse issue it can, I will put it into practice.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies and others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife. And now would he rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor, and now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. And now is he turned orthography. His words are a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn. But love may transform me to an oyster, but I'll take my oath on it. Till he hath made an oyster of me, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll not. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician. And her hair shall be of what color it please God. The prince and Monsieur Love. I'll hide me in the arbor. Come hither, Leonardo. See you where Benedick hath hid himself? What was it you were telling me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedick? Oh, stuck on the foul sits. I did never think that lady would have loved any man. No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedick, whom she hath in all outward behavior seemed ever to abhor. Is it possible? My lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past maybe she doth but counterfeit faith, like enough. Oh God, counterfeit. There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it. Why? What effects of passion shows she? Well, this fish will bite. What effects, my lord? You heard my daughter tell you how. She did indeed. How? How, pray you? You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection. My lord, I would have sworn it had, especially against Benedick. Hath she made her love known to Benedick? No. And she swears she never will. That's her torment, for she'll be up 20 times a night, and there will she sit in her smock,
Till she hath rid a sheet of paper, my daughter tells us all.
Now, you talk of a sheet of paper. I remember a pretty jest your daughter told us of. Then down on her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hairs, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedick, God give me patience!
She doth indeed, my daughter says so, and the ecstasy hath so much overborne her that my daughter sometime feared that she would do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
It were good that Benedick knew of it by some other, if she will not discover it.
How? To what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
She's an excellent, sweet lady. And out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedick.
I am sorry for her, as I have just caused being her uncle and guardian.
I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have daffed all other respects, and made her half myself. I pray you, tell Benedick of it, and hear what he will say.
Hero thinks surely she will die. For she will die ere she makes her love known, and she says she will die if you love her not. Yeah.
She doth well, but if she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it, for the man, as you all know, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He doth indeed show a good outward happiness.
Before God, and in my mind very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
Well, I am sorry for your niece. Shall we go seek Benedick and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, that's impossible. She would wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear further of it by your daughter. Let it cool the while. I love Benedick well, but I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how unworthy he is such a good lady.
My lord, will you up? Dinner is ready.
If you do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be the same net spread for her, and that must your daughter and her gentlewoman carry. Let us send her to call them in to dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems their affections have their full bent. Love me. Why, it must be requited. I hear I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say too that she would rather die than show any sign of affection. Oh, I did never think to marry. I must not seem too proud. Happy are they that hear their detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth. I can bear them witness. And virtuous. 'Tis so I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me because I've railed so long against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No. The world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day, she is a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am come. Did you come in to dinner?
Sweet Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
It took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure then in the message?
Yeah? Just so much as you may take upon a knife's point and choke a doll withal. You have no match, senor. Fare you well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. That is as if to say, any pains I took for you is as easy as thanks. Oh, if I do not take pity on her, I am a villain. I'll go get her picture.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, our talk must only be of Benedick. For when I do name him, let it be thy part, to praise man any man ever did merit. My talk to thee must be of how Benedick is sick in love with Beatrice. Now begin.
But are you sure that Benedick loved Beatrice so entirely?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedick, to wrestle him with affection, and to never let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so?
Oh, God of love, nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice.
Sure, I think so. And therefore, certainly it were not good. She knew his love. Best she less make sport of it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man, how noble, how wise, how young, how rarely featured, but she would spell him backward. So she turns every man the wrong side out.
Sure. Such carping is not commendable.
But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit.
You tell her a bit. Hear what she will say.
No, rather I will go to Benedick, and counsel him to fight against his passion. And truly I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin. One doth not know how an ill word may empoison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot do so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit, as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedick.
He is the only man of Italy, always except my dear Claudio.
Indeed, he hath a good, excellent name. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day tomorrow. Come, go in. I'll show thee some attires, and have thy counsel which is the best to furnish me for tomorrow.
I warrant you, we have caught him, madam.
If it proves so, loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, and some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Condemned for well, and maiden pride ado. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedick, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild hearts to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our lives up in holy band. For the others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
I do but stay till your marriage, and then I go toward Aragon.
I'll bring you thither, my lord, if you'll vouchsafe me.
Nay, I will only be bold with Benedick first company. For what his heart thinks, his tongue speaks.
Gallants, I am not as I have been. I hope you be in love. I have the toothache.
What? Sigh for the toothache.
Can't say he's in love. There is no appearance of fancy in him, unless he have a fancy to this which he have. But he's no fool for fancy, as you would have it appear he is. If he be not in love with some woman, there's no believing old signs.
The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love.
Yet is this no charm for the toothache? Old senor, come walk with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
'Tis even so. Hero and Ursula have by this played their parts with Beatrice.
Then the two bears will not fight one another when they meet.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good den,
brother. Your neighbor is very glad to speak to you. In private?
If you please. Yet Count Claudio may hear, for it concerns him.
What's the matter?
It means your lordship to be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that, but he knows what I know.
Why? What's the matter?
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
I came hither to tell you, the lady is disloyal.
Who? Oh, Hero?
Even she, Leonardo's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I could say she were worse. Think you of a worse title, and I shall fit it to her. But wonder not till further warrant. Go but with me tonight, and you shall see her chamber window entered even the night before her wedding there. If you love her then, marry her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so? I will not think it.
If you dare not confess that you see, confess not that you know. If you will follow me, I will show you enough. And when you have heard more, seen more, proceed accordingly.
If I see anything tonight why I should not wed her, then tomorrow in the congregation where I should marry her, there I will shame her. And as I wooed for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her.
Of despair turn no further unto you, my witnesses. Bear coldly but till midnight, and let the issue show itself.
No day untowardly turned, mischief strangely thwarting.
No plague right well prevented. Or so you shall say when you have seen it.
Are you good men and true, being chosen for the prince's watch?
Yes, sir.
First, who think you the most desertless man to be constable?
You okay, sir, for I can write and read.
Come hither, neighbor okay. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is a gift of fortune, but to read and write, that is by nature. For your favor, sir, why, give God thanks and make no boast of it. And for your writing and reading, let that appear when there is no need for such vanities. You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit man for the constable of the watch. Therefore, bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrom men, and bid any man stand in the prince's name.
Sir. How if a will not stand?
Why then take no note of him and let him go. And thank God you're rid of a name. You shall make no noise in the streets. For the watch to talk and to babble is most tolerable and not to be endured.
I would rather sleep than talk, for I know what belongs to a watch.
Why, you sound like a most ancient and quiet watchman. I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only have a care that your bills not be stolen. Well, you were all to call at the alehouses and bid those that are drunk get them to bed.
How if a will not?
Why then let them alone till they are sober. Duh.
Well, sir.
If you hear a babe cry in the night, call to a nurse and bid her still it.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear me?
Why then depart in peace and let the child wake her with crying. Well, good night. And there be any matter, way chances, call me up, keep your counsel and your own, and good night.
Well, sir, I hear my charge. I shall sit upon the church bench till 2, and then to bed.
One more word, honest neighbor. I pray you watch about Signor Leonardo's door, for there being a wedding tomorrow, there is sure to be a great coil tonight. Adieu! Be vigilant! I beseech ya!
Conrad! What, Conrad? Conrad, I say! Conrad!
Here, man! I am at thy elbow.
Come then, stand under this penthouse, for it drizzles rain, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee. Therefore know, I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
The possible any villainy should be so dear.
Thou shouldst rather ask if it were possible any villainy should be they will.
I wonder at it.
I have tonight wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman, by the name Hero. She leads me out at her mistress's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale highly. I should first tell thee how the Prince Claudio and my master, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, saw afar off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
I thought they Margaret was hero.
2 of them did, the Prince and Claudio. Away went Claudio enraged, swore he would meet her as he was appointed the next morning at the temple, and there, before the whole congregation, shamed her with what he saw o'ernight, and sent her home again without a husband.
The prince's name, stay. Master Constable! We have here to discover the most dangerous piece of treachery that ever was done to the Commonwealth. Never speak. We charge you. You let us obey you, go with us.
We'll obey you.
Troth, I think your other were better. This color does you so ill well.
Pray be, good Ursula. I'll wear this.
By my troth, it's not so good. It is flatter, but just not for you. And I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
I like the new attire within excellently, and your gowns a most rare fashion. In faith, I saw the Duchess of Milan's gowns that they praise so.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
By my troth, it's but a nightgown in respect of yours. For a fine, quaint, graceful, and excellent fashion, yours are worth 10 on it.
God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceeding heavy.
'Twill be heavier soon, by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee! Art not ashamed?
Of what, lady? Of speaking honorably? Ask my lady Beatrice. Here she comes.
Good morrow, cuz.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Well, how now? Do you speak in the sick tune?
I'm out of all other tunes, methinks. 'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am exceeding ill. Hi ho!
These gloves the Count sent me. They act as an excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
A maid and stuffed? There's goodly catching up a cold.
Oh, God help me, by my troth, I am sick.
Get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus, and lay it to your heart. It is the only thing for a qualm.
Benedictus. Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this, Benedictus?
Moral? No. By my troth, I have no moral meaning. You may think, perchance, that I think that you are in love. Nay, by your lady, I am not such a fool to think what I list, nor I list not to think what I can, nor indeed I cannot think. If I would think my heart out of thinking that you are in love, that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. Yet Benedick was such another, and now he's become a man. He swore he would never. And yet now, in spite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. And how you may be converted, I know not, but methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
What pace is this that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallop. Madam, withdraw. The prince, the court, Senior Benedick, Don John, and all the gallants of the town are come to fetch you to church.
Help trust me, good cause, good Ursula.
I like this entire within excellently.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Marry, sir. I have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Brief, pray, for you see it is a busy time with me.
Marry. This is it, sir.
What is it? My good friends, I would fain to know what you have to say.
Marry, sir. Our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, have taken 2 of the most errant knaves in all in Messina.
I must leave you.
One word, sir. Our watch indeed have comprehended 2 auspicious persons and would have them this morning examination before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it me. I'm in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffigance.
Drink some wine. There you go. Very well.
Good partner, go to the sexton. Bid him bring his pen and inkhorn. We need to examination these men, and we must do so wisely.
My lord, they stay for you to give your daughter to her husband.
I'll wait upon them. I'm ready.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady.
No. To be married to her, for you come to marry.
You come hither to be married to this captain.
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, Cat?
I dare make his answer none. Oh, what men dare do, what men may do, what men daily do, not knowing what they do.
Oh no, interjections. Why then some be of laughing as
Stand thee by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, is not here for me.
There, Leonardo, take her back again! Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She is but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold how like a maid she blushes here, but she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanting.
Oh, my lord, if you, in your own proof, have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of virginity.
No, Leonardo, I know what you would say. I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to his sister, showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Out on me! Seeming, I will write against it. You seem to me like Diane in her orb, as chaste as the bud, ere be blown, but you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus, or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he doth speak so wide?
Wait, Benedick is not you.
what should I speak? I stand dishonored that I've gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these words spoken, or do I but dream? They are spoken, sir, and these things are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
True. Oh God.
Leonardo, stand I here? Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this face heroes or eyes our own?
All this is so, but what of this, my lord?
Let me but move one question to your daughter, and by that fatherly and kindly power that you have in her, bid her answer truly.
I charge thee do so, as thou art my child.
Oh God, defend me. How am I beset? What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer truly to your name.
Is it not hero? Who can blot that name with any just reproach?
Marry, that can hero. Hero itself can blot out hero's virtue. What man was he? Talked with you yesternight out at your window betwixt 12 and 1. Now if you are a maid, answer to this.
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why, then you are no maiden. Leonato, I am sorry you must hear. Upon my honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her, at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed, most like a liberal villain, confessed to the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Sorry, my lord. These things are not to be spoke of, not to be named. There's not chastity enough in language without offense to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment.
Oh, hero, what a hero hast thou been! Half thy outward graces had been placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Farewell, thou pure impiety and impious purity. Hath no man's dagger here a point for me.
Why, how now, cousin? Wherefore sink you down?
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, uncle.
No.
Hero, why? Signor Benedick, friar.
Oh, fate, take away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest comfort for her shame that may be wished for.
How now, cousin hero?
Comfort, lady. Dost thou look up? Yea, wherefore should she not? Wherefore? Why doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Could she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, hero. Do not ope thine eyes. For did I think thou wouldst not quickly die, thy spirits were stronger than my shame. Myself would on the rearward of reproaches strike at thy life. Craved I had but one. One too much by thee, why had I one? Why ever wast thou lovely in my eyes, valuing of her? Oh, why she has fallen into a pit of ink, that the wide sea hath drops too few to wash her clean again, and salt too little which she's a make of her foul-tainted flesh.
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so tired and wonder I know not what to say. Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Till the last 12th night I have been her bedfellow.
Confirmed. Confirmed, oh, that a stronger maid, which before was barred up with ribs of iron. With the prince's lie, would Claudio lie who loved her so that in speaking of her foulness, washed it with tears. Hence from her! Let her die!
No.
Hear me a little, for I have only been silent so long, and given way into this course of fortune. In noting of the lady, I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions, to start into her face 1,000 innocent shames. In angel whiteness beat away those blushes, and in her eye there hath appeared a fire, to burn the errors that the princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool. Trust not my reading nor my observations. Trust not my age, reverence, calling, nor divinity. If this sweet lady lie not guiltless here, under some biting error. Friar, it cannot be. She not denies it. Why seekest thou then to cover with excuse that appears in proper nakedness? Lady, which man is he you are accused of?
They know that do accuse me. I know none. O my father, prove you that any man conversed with me at hours unmeet, or that I yesternight exchanged words with any creature. Refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here the prince has left for dead. Let her while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation, and on your family's old monument, hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites that appertain unto a burial. What would become of this? What would this do? Mary, this well carried, shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is some good. Her dying, as it must so be maintained, upon the instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. For it so falls out that what we have we prize not to the worth whiles we enjoy it, but being lacked and lost, why then we rack the value, then we find the virtue that possession would not show us whiles it was ours. So will it fare with Claudio. When he shall hear she died upon his words, then shall he mourn,
If ever love had interest in his liver, and wished he had not so accused her. No, though he thought his accusation true. And if it sort not well, you may conceal her, as best befits her wounded reputation, in some reclusive and religious life, out of all eyes, tongues, minds, and injuries.
Signor Leonardo, what the friar advise you?
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine will leave me. 'Tis well consented. Presently away. Come, lady, die to live. This wedding day is perhaps but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yes, and I will weep a while longer.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
How much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
If it is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you, but believe me not, and yet I lie not, I confess nothing, nor deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says, I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it, I protest, I love thee!
Why then, God forgive me!
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart!
I love you with so much in my heart, nothing is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
Kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Harry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone. I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you, let me go.
Beatrice.
In faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of villain that slandered, scorned, and dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man! What bear in her hand until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Sweet Hera, she is wronged, she is slandered, she is undone.
Beatrice!
Princes and counties, oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had anyone that would be a man for my sake. But he is now as valiant as Hercules, that only tells a lie and swears that I cannot be a man with wishing. Therefore, I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, good Beatrice, by this hand, I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul that Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yes, as sure as I had a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I'll kiss your hand, and so I leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead, and so farewell.
Is our whole assembly appeared?
Which be the malefactors?
Marry, that am I and my partners.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined? Let them come before Master Constable.
Yea, Mary, let them come before me. Good of the 2020. What is your name, friend?
Baraccio.
Pray write down Borachio. And yours, Syrah?
I am a gentleman, sir. My name is Conrad.
Woo. Write down Master. Gentleman Conrad. Masters? Do you serve God?
Yay,
sir.
we hope so.
Write that they hope they serve God and put God first. For God defend, but God should go before such villains. Masters, it is proven already that you are little better than false knaves and will be thought so shortly. How answer you for yourselves?
Very, sir. You say we are none.
A marvelously witty fellow, I assure you, but I will go about with him. Pray, Syrah, a word in your ear I say to you, it is thought you are false knaves.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Have you writ down that they are none?
Master Constable, you've gone out the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Yea, Mary, that's the epic play. Let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Write down Prince John, a villain. Why, this is flat perjury to call a prince's brother villain.
Master Conrad, I...
Pray thee, fellow peace, I do not like thy look.
What heard you him say else?
Mary, that he received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully,
What else, fellow?
and that Count Claudio did me upon his words to disgrace hero before the whole assembly, and not marry him.
Oh, villain, thou will be cast into everlasting redemption for this!
What else? And this is more, master, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this very manner refused, and upon the grief of this, suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and taken to Leonato's. I will go before and perform their examination.
Come, let them be opinionated. God's my life, where's the sexton? Let him write down the prince's officer Compox. Come, bind them, thou naughty varlet. Wait, your ass. Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my ears? Oh, my word, to writ me down and out. But master, remember that I am an ass. Although it be not written down, yet forget not that I am an ass. No, thou villain art full of piety. I shall be proved upon thee by good witness. I am a wise fellow, and which is more, an officer, and which is more, a householder, and which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as any in Messina, and one that knows the law, go to, and one rich fellow, enough, go to, and one that hath had losses, and one that hath 2 gowns and everything handsome about him. Oh, that I have been writ down an ass.
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself.
I pray thee seize thy counsel. Bring me a father that so loved his child, whose joy of her is overwhelmed like mine. Bid him speak of patience. But there is no such man, for brother men can counsel and speak comfort to thy grief that they themselves not feel, but tasting it, that counsel turns to passion. Therefore give me no counsel. I will be flesh and blood.
Then bend not all the harm upon yourself. Make those that do offend you suffer too.
There, thou speakest reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me that Hero is alive, and that shall Claudio know, so shall the prince and all of them that thus dishonor her.
Here come the prince and Claudio hastily.
Good day. Good day.
Good day to both of you.
Hear you, my lord. We have some haste, Leonardo. Some haste, my lord. Well, very well, my lord. Are you so hasty now? Well, all is one. Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old man. Tush, tush! Never fleer and jest at me. I say thou hast belied my innocent child. My slander hath been heart. She lies buried with her ancestors in a tomb where never scandal slept, save this of hers framed by thy villainy. My villainy? Thine, Claudio, thine, I say. You say not right, old man. My lord, I'll prove it on his body if he dare. Away, I will not have to do with you. Canst thou so daft me? Thou hast killed my child. If thou killst me, boy, thou shalt kill a man.
He shall kill 2 of us, and men indeed. But that's no matter. Let him kill one first. When me and where me, let him answer me. Come, fellow boy, come, and I'll whip you from your foining fences. Nay, as I am a gentleman, I will. Brother, content yourself. God knows I love my niece, and she is dead, slandered to death by these villains. As dare as well answer on men indeed, as I dare take a serpent by the tongue. Boys, apes, braggarts, jacks, milksops, do not meddle. Let me deal in this.
Gentlemen, both, we will not wait your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lord.
I will not hear you.
Come, brother, away. I will be heard.
See, here comes the man we went to seek.
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, senor. You're almost come to part affray.
We'd like to have our 2 noses snapped off with 2 old men without teeth.
Leonardo and his brother. What thinkest thou?
In a false quarrel there is no true valor. I came to seek you both.
We have been up and down to seek thee, for we are high-proof melancholy and would fain have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
As I am an honest man,
You look pale.
art thou sick or angry?
Sir, I pray you choose another subject.
By the slight he changes more and more.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain.
I jest not. I will make it good with how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare.
Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy with you. Let me hear from you.
Well, I will beat thee, so I may have good cheer. And I'll tell thee how Beatrice praised thy wit the other day, and at last concluded with a sigh, thou wast the properest man in Italy.
The old man's daughter tells us all.
But when shall we set the savage bull's horns on the sensible Benedick's head?
Yea, and the text underneath, here dwells Benedick the married man.
Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. I will leave you now to your gossips like humor. You break jests as braggarts do their blades, which, God be thanked, hurt not. My lord, for your many curtsies, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother the bastard is fled from Messina. You among you have killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Blackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Till then, peace be with him.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest. And I'll warrant you for the love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
But soft you, let me be. Pluck out my heart and be sad.
Did he not say my brother was fled? How now? Two of my brother's men found. Horatio one.
Harkey after their offense, my lord.
What offense have these men done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false reports. Moreover, they have spoken untruth. Secondarily, they are slanderers. Thirdly and lastly, they have beguiled a lady. What? Sixthly, they have verified unjust things, and to conclude, they are lying knaves.
Who have you offended, masters, that you were thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, I've deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light. Who in the night overheard me confessing to this man how Don John, your brother, incensed me to slander the lady Hero, how you were brought into the orchard and saw me court Margaret in Hero's garments, how you disgraced her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, which I had rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. The lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusations, and, briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I had thrown poison while he uttered it.
Oh, no, sorry. Marry, sir, let it be remembered that, I am an ass.
But did my brother set thee onto this?
Yes, sir, and paid him richly for the practice of it.
Well, he's composed of treachery, and when he is upon this villainy.
Sweet Hero! Now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved it first.
Ting, 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 ting. Come, bring away the plaintiffs. By this time tomorrow, our sexton hath performed Signor Leonardo of the matter. And masters, do not forget to serve. When time and place shall specify that I am an ass.
Your approaches Master Signor Leonardo and the sexton.
Which is the villain? Which of these is he? If you would know your wronger, look on me. Thou the slave that with thy breath killed my innocent child. Yea, even I alone. No, not so villain thou beliest thyself. Here, send a pair of honorable men. Third is fled that hath ended it. I thank you, princess, for my daughter. High and worthy. I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose you revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaking.
By my soul, nor I. And yet, to satisfy this good old man, I would bend under any heavy weight he'll enjoin me to.
I cannot bid my daughter live. That were impossible, but I pray you both possess the people in the scene and hear how innocent she died, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb and sing to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow come you to my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost the copy of my child that's dead, and she alone is the heir to both of us. Give her the right that you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge. Oh, noble sir, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer, and will dispose for henceforth of poor Claudio. Tomorrow, then, I expect your coming. Tonight, I take my leave. This lewd fellow shall face to face be brought to Margaret, who I believe is packed in all this wrong, hired to it by your brother. No, by my soul, she was not, nor knew not what she did when she spoke to me, but always hath been just and virtuous in anything that I do know by her. I'm sorry. Moreover, sir, this plaintiff here did call me ass? I beseech you, let it be remembered in this punishment. Thank thee for thy care and honest pains. Come. I leave an errant knave in your worship, which I wish your worship well. God keep your worship all. I humbly give you leave to depart. Nay, and if a marrying meeting be wished, God prohibit it. I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I thank thee. Until tomorrow morning, lords. Farewell.
We will not fail.
Tonight I'll mourn with Hero.
Putting you these spells on. We'll talk with Margaret and how our acquaintance grew with this lewd fellow.
The god of love that sits above, rhymes, and knows me? Oh, and knows me. Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I have tried. I can find out no rhyme for lady, but baby. An innocent rhyme for scorn. Horn, a hard rhyme for school. Fool, and a babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor can I woo in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice! What's so calm when I call thee? Yes, Senor, depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now, and yet ere I go. Let me go with what I have, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome, and therefore I will depart unkissed.
You have fretted the words out of his right sense. So forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and I must either soon hear from him or subscribe to Matthias. Now tell me, for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall for me?
For all of them together. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love! A good upset, I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart. You spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. Tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God, love me, and men. I'll leave you too, for here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your uncle. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused, the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all, who is fed and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you just hear this news, senor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Is this the monument of Leonardo?
It is, my lord.
Now, music, sound, and sing your solemn hymn. Done to death by slanderous lies was the hero that he was. So the life that died with shame lives in death in glorious fame. Come, let us hence. And put on other weeds. And then to Leonardo's we will go.
Did I not tell you she was innocent? So are the prince and Claudio accused her, upon the error that you heard debated.
Well, I'm glad all things sort out so well.
And so am I, being else by faith and force to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Well, daughter, and you gentlewomen, I'll withdraw you to a chamber by yourselves when I send for thee come hither masked. The prince and Claudio promised by this hour to visit me. You know your office, brother. You must be father to your brother's daughter and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do confirm countenance.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, signor?
To bind me or undo me, one of them. Signor Leonardo, truth is, good signor, your niece regards me with an eye of favor, and I, with an eye of love, requite her.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, from Claudio and the prince, but what's your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical. But, for my will is your goodwill may stand with ours, this day to be conjoined in the state of honorable marriage, in which, good friar, I shall desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here comes the prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Have you yet determined today to marry my brother's daughter? Call her forth, brother. Here's the friar ready.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
The same as she, and I do give you her.
Why, then, she's mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
No, that she shall not till you take her hand before the friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand. Before this holy friar, I am your husband, if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero?
Nothing certainer. One hero died defiled, but I do live. And as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero that is dead.
All this amazement can I qualify. When after that the holy rites have ended, I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us presently.
Soft and fair friar, which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no more than reason.
Why, then your uncle and the prince and Claudio have been deceived. They swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Troth, no more than reason.
Why, then my cousin and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They said you were almost sick for me.
They say you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then, do not you love me?
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I'm sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here's a paper, written in his hand, a halting sonnet of his own pure brain fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, written my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedick.
A miracle! Their own hands against their hearts.
Good Lord.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Okay.
I would not deny you, but by this good day, and I yield to great persuasion, and partly to save your life, because I was told you were in a consumption.
Come, I will have thee. But by this light, I take thee for pity.
Peace. I'll stop your mouth.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay.
How dost thou, Benedick, the married man?
I tell thee what, Prince, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing to any purpose that the world can say against it. Therefore, never flout at me for what I have said against it, for a man is a giddy thing. And this is my conclusion.
For thy part, Claudio, I did think to have thee in me, but in that thou art like to be my kinsman, live unbruised and love my cousin.
Come, come, we are all friends.
Let's have a dance ere we are married. May we lighten our hearts and our heels.
We'll have dancing afterward. Therefore, peace. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife.
Well, I suppose if we were to...
My lord! Your brother John has taken and fled and brought with armed men back to Messina!
Think not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise some brave punishment for him. Strike up, pipers.
Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Oh man, men were deceivers ever. One foot in sea and one on shore. Oh, the one thing, to one thing constant ever. And sigh not so, but let him go. Ye who blind